Alright guys, it is me, 87 for today guys. Today guys, I want to talk to you guys about League One guys. League One guys. This is the last league we need to discuss the top 5 leagues. And yeah guys, so of course, it's gonna be interesting because obviously we all know that League One it's pretty much a smash and grab for PSG. PSG obviously we know they're gonna win this league. And obviously you already can see the margin between them and second place Nice, and they already have an 8 point gap and played the same number of matches as well. And yeah, PSG, man, really interesting to see how they've been doing this season. So obviously we'll be discussing about the league as a whole. Obviously, I will be looking at the teams that are somewhat struggling, somewhat performing. Obviously, my main point of discussion obviously will be on PSG themselves, and of course I'll be discussing whether and a particular player a little later. Obviously, I want to get to that. But let's start with other stuff. So let's go look at the relegation teams. As you can see right now, so Saint Etienne is actually bottom of the group, bottom of the league, guys, with 6 points, guys. They are yet to win a match. Metz is in 19th place with 7 points. Brest is in 18th with 3, 18th with 9 points. So it's not looking great for these teams. And you look at the bottom half of the table. Lille are actually 12th. And I know they have lost some key players, but still, that's not good. 12th, 15 points. That's really very sad. Monaco, 10th. They haven't really been doing that well as well. 5 wins, 2 draws, 5 losses. Lyon, 5 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. And then Lens and Marseille. I would say Marseille has been the only really good team of the amongst the other rest, and they've only picked up. They haven't even got. They still are a bit lagging behind as far as wins concerned. As you can see, Nice are actually second right now, which is pretty impressive. And it is a bit of a shame to see how the other teams are doing. Lyon as well, 5 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. And you could see how PSG have been doing this league. The only team they have lost to this season in the league, guys, is Rennes. Rennes is the only team that's beating PSG this season, guys. And that's quite phenomenal. 12 games played, PSG 31 points. And it's quite interesting to see how Rennes are actually right now fit. So you can see how even PSG's closest rivals, they're not even being that great. They have been subpar to say the least. Only PSG in this league has been phenomenal, and obviously we all expect that to be, especially in the same summer they just had. Now, I have been seeing some of the PSG results. I've been seeing some of the highlights as well, and PSG they haven't really been that great. They haven't been amazing in League One, guys. In fact, a lot of the wins, guys, has been through individual brilliance. I look at this game for example. They just won 2-1 against Lille, and a game which they were not great for most of the game. Marseille, they arguably were lucky to even have drawn that game because Marseille had goals just around. PSG had to come from behind against Angers. Okay, Rennes, we obviously know. And then PSG against Montpellier, okay, standard. And then obviously Metz. Lyon, they had to struggle in this one. Clement Foot, Reims, Brest, Strasbourg, Troyes, you know. So it's not been that straightforward for PSG. Even though they have got most of the results on their side, they haven't really been that impressive. And one player in particular that's been really shocking with this form is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi has been very underwhelming at PSG as far as League One is concerned. Now he has been good in the Champions League. He has obviously done his part. Obviously scored 3 goals in 3 appearances, which has been pretty good, obviously. And he's honestly one of the reasons why PSG are even top of that Champions League group. But it is a bit of a surprise to see how bad Messi has been doing in the league. Now, for those people that are gonna say this right now, that Messi is sucks, Messi's trash, and all that, hold your horses, guys. It's only been 12 games, and to be fair, Messi hasn't really played in a lot of those matches. I mean, let's look at transfer market. There, we'll get the official stats here. And that Messi, I don't think Messi has played a lot of those games. Let's see. So let me see, Messi. And keep in mind, guys, Messi is coming from a new league. He's playing. It's gonna take him some time to adapt. So as you can see right here, guys, Messi and League One, he's only played 33% of the minutes. He's only played in 5 games, guys. 36% of the starting 11 as well. And keep in mind, guys, he's only played 3 full matches in PSG colors. He hasn't even played. He's played less than half of the matches here League One has offered. Now, I will admit Messi is still a bit underwhelming. I will admit Messi needs to be doing better than this because, as I said, for a player of his caliber, you expect Messi to do so much more, right? And I just think that for me right now, it is a bit disappointing to see how Messi's been doing. Now, people nowadays, I realize that people in football nowadays are so much more into stats more than anything else that they use stats to determine how good of a player is. And because he's got no goals and no assists, people will say, "Oh, he's trash, he's terrible." But if you really look at in the bigger picture here, Messi hasn't really been that bad. I remember the game against Leon. He was so good in that first half, and yet he couldn't score. You know, these stats don't tell you everything, and that's the problem with stats is that they only tell you about goals and assists. They don't tell you about how a player did over 90 minutes, or you could see right here. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of injury concerns he had. Obviously, it took him some time to adapt to the national team and national team, adapt to this club team. And you could see how it is interesting here. You can see he's made the squad 5 times, four starting 11, one substituted, and he got suspended for one. You know, so as you can see right here, guys, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how PSG do this season. Because as I said before, guys, I think Messi knows that it doesn't matter how much he performs in League One, that he's still gonna be PSG will still win League One, regardless of how much he contributes. You know, and I think Messi understands that he knows that in his club career, he just needs a Champions League. That Champions League is what's been craving for a long time now, as far as club football is concerned. And he just wants to have another one. Now, obviously, it's not a necessity. It's not like he needs it, but obviously, he would like to have it. And I just think that for me, Messi is really focused on that Champions League more than anything else for his club career. Now, there is something bigger that we have to discuss, and that his World Cup aspirations. I think it is fair to say that Messi does care more about Argentina than PSG. Messi cares about Argentina. He wants to win that World Cup. He has not won a World Cup yet. And I think Messi understands that 2022 is probably most realistically his last chance to win a World Cup. And I think if he could win that World Cup, guys, it'd be greatly, greatly important for his legacy. Because I think he's already cemented himself as a GOAT. I think he's already cemented himself. Some would even argue he's already done as best as he could for the club career. He just needs to get that World Cup to have. So I think Messi, as I said, he isn't as invested as PSG as he was with Barcelona. Because the thing with Barcelona is this: Barcelona cared for him. They took care of him as a kid. They did everything that Barcelona paid everything they could for Messi. And Messi obviously paid back and by staying loyal to the club. Messi didn't leave the club until now, and he didn't even have a choice. He was basically forced to leave. You know, Messi doesn't have the same attachment to PSG. He is more connected to Barcelona than he is to PSG. Okay, and let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Messi didn't have a great start with Barcelona last season. It took some time for him to actually start delivering goals and assists. And when I mean by goals and assists, I mean like open play goals, not penalties. And it took him some time to figure. I think he finally scored an open play goal against Real Betis, which I believe was like towards the latter stages of October, I want to say, or was it like, I forgot. Let me go check. It was Barcelona versus Real Betis. Let me go check. It was last season. So let me put that in another tab. It took some time for him to really score some open play goals. Let me say 5-2, should say here. Okay. Yeah, it was actually just around this time, November 7th, okay? So it took some time for him to actually start scoring open play goals, and you can see right here it took some time. So I think that for me, guys, right now, that Messi just needs time to adapt. And I think he understands, and I think he also knows that the League One is more physical than what La Liga is. He's more physical, it's more aggressive, more dangerous, more aggressive, and you could see how Messi's not really been able to really be at his absolute best. And I also think that Messi at this PSG team, his front three, is so unbalanced. I think Messi hasn't really received the ball as much as he would like to, because Messi is one of those players you just need to get him the ball. He's not received a lot of that ball. And you look at the structure PSG set up with. You have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Neymar is kind of one that wants to be like free roaming. And of course, Mbappe is more like inside forward kind of play, kind of like an inverted winger / a striker. And you see when you have so many players colliding together in the same place, it isn't the same effect. And I'm telling this right now, guys, Eminem is not going to be good. I don't think it's going to be that great. I think Eminem, more than anything else, will probably disappoint. Eminem probably will be good in the League One just because of how League One is. But as far as the Champions League is concerned, I don't think it's going to be that effective. Because you look at that MSN team from 2015, you actually had a great backbone as well. It wasn't just MSN. You had Rakitic, who was good. You had Iniesta. You had Xavi. You had Busquets. You had Piqué. You had Mascherano. You had Alba. Dani Alves. You had Ter Stegen. That's a great team. Whereas this PSG team other than the front three, you really have Marquinhos, who's really good to be fair. Then you have Verratti. Then you also have Donnarumma/Navas. Then you have the fullbacks. They're like, eh. You have Juan Bernat to your career. Then you have let's see who else. Nuno Mendes. Then you also have, let me see who else. Those kind of players. And these players are nowhere near the qualities by Alba and Dani Alves. Okay, you see right here that Carrera Bernat. Dagba and Mendes not the same. Then you have Pereira, who's been okay. He's not that great. Then you have Idris Gueye, who's average. Then you have Dini Ronaldo, who's been underwhelming. So you can see right here that the PSG team is not the same team as that 2015 MSN team, and that Messi just needs to be more of this. Messi just needs to be more of the focal piece here, because Messi needs to understand that this team isn't as nowhere as built as that Barcelona team, because that Barcelona team was balanced. Because of course you have to give credit to MSN. MSN did their thing, but it's not just having the MSN here. I would even argue that what I'm trying to say is that this team, the other players are important too. It's not just about having the best front three as well. I don't think there's any chemistry there. And keep in mind, guys, that MSN team, they all three were great friends. All three of them from South America: Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. All three of them were friends on the pitch. Is Messi and Mbappe really friends? Is Neymar and Mbappe good friends as they weren't? Are are they still good friends now, even with Messi still there? Of course, I still think they're professionals, and of course, I still don't think there's any hatred. But I don't think the connection is as deep as that MSN connection was. And I just think that for me, chemistry is also very important. This is another important aspect that we need to discuss. On that, I just don't think Messi really tactically fits this PSG team. Because you look at where he's been playing on the pitch. He's been playing as a striker. He's been playing as a right winger. He's been playing as a center forward. He's been playing as a secondary striker. He's been played in so many different kind of positions that it's hard to really excel when you're being played in so many different positions. You know, and so as I said before, guys, in football, stats are what a lot of people like to use to determine how good of a player is, and that's the problem. That when you actually watch the games, Messi hasn't been that bad. Now, has he been amazing? No, I wouldn't really say he's been amazing. However, he's not been as bad as his stats suggest he's been. And to be fair, he's still been good in the Champions League. And ultimately, that's going to be what's going to matter most. Because let's be real, no one's going to really care what he does in League One. Because we all know that League One, he's going to win it regardless. He's going to win it regardless, even regardless of how little he contributes. Whereas the Champions League, that's where it really matters. And for PSG, I think they have to put their eggs on that basket. So as I said before, guys, I want you guys to comment down. But what do you guys think Messi has struggled at PSG? Do you guys think that Messi just doesn't really fit this PSG team? Because I really don't think Messi fits this PSG team, and tactically speaking, I just don't think Messi has the same kind of passion as he did in 2015 for the club football wise. And I just think that for Messi in particular, he needs to somehow find his adapting. Because listen, guys, if Messi goes through an entire season with no goals and no assists, that will be pretty sad. That will be really, really sad indeed. And remember, guys, it's only been 12 games. He still has around 26 more games to redeem himself. And chances are he might just get back to scoring the goals on a regular basis. And as I said, it took Messi a long time for him to really start balling for Barcelona this last season. So remember, guys, it's gonna be interesting. I want you guys to comment down below what's your guys' thoughts. Remember, guys, check out me, my other pods, the list in the description below. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out.